One is your item number. We're going to show you the matching earrings for just a few moments, and it's that little 3-stone drop earring. All of the beads as well, hand faceted, so they get the maximum twinkle there. So about $36.90, $7.38, any debit or credit card. Less than 2 inches in the length, Jay, so it's perfectly appropriate even for those girls that have the shortest of hair, right?
Right, and if you look at this and you look at the quality of the amethyst and then the blonde tiger's eye. And what I love about tiger's eye, just as being a rough material that I really have a long history with. Tiger's eye and I go back over probably 38 years, maybe encroaching on a little bit longer. Just so you know that tiger's eye is one of those materials. We get all our tiger's eye out of Namibia. If you could have come in my cutting shop back in the day, when even before we were, had the show, people used to come in and they used to just, shake their heads and wonder what we were doing. But tiger's eye is one of those materials that it has the property of cat's eye chatoyancy. The Namibia, where we used to get our tiger's eye rough from, we weren't allowed to export the rough material. You had to export the rough material in a finished product. So to do that, what did you do? You get locals, and you would make ashtrays. You would make we did a lot of bookends. We did a lot of, sometimes you would just buy stuff because, you could buy it where the local artist had carved it into a giraffe or to an elephant.
I can imagine how beautiful those pieces were too, right?
So people would come in, and here we would, let's just say that it was an elephant. We'd be cutting an elephant into cabs, into beads. But back in the day, you could not buy, you couldn't buy the rough, so you had to cut something up. You had to have a finished product where you can cut it. So every time I see tiger's eye, I think about all this stuff comes back. They're like flashbacks of all the things. Now in Namibia, of course, you can export the rough.
There you go.
Now you do find tiger's eye in a few locations, but this blonde tiger's eye just came on the market about 7 or 8 years ago.
I like it. I prefer it because you can see that chatoyancy, that effect, that we're all fascinated by with the tiger's eye. Remember, you've got all of that faceting done so that it catches even more light. And there's something about gemstones. There are people that believe in, healing properties. There's some people that live with the color therapy that the gemstones bring. And if you're that girl that loves the strength and the power and the confidence behind purple and gold, this is the earring for you. Now, fewer than 400 of these remaining. It is the only earring of the day for these brand new pieces from Jay because we are very limited. 598386 is your item number on the matching earring. We're